Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again, as always. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, so once again, your president, Joe Biden, is showing his lack of disrespect for our people. We're going to go to aljazeera.com. We're going to try to get some non-partisan, what do you want to call it? Kind of a neutral article. They're just going to state the facts, right? We don't want too much CNN, too much Fox, too much NBC, CNBC, because they kind of sway one way or another. Sometimes we go to this, website, clear calls out the country. So we just get the facts. But yeah, let's get into it. It says Biden pardons thousands of marijuana offenders, giving clemency to 11 people. Now check the subheading. The U.S. president says the actions are meant to address disparities in sentencing that have long taken a toll on the black community. Fam, why is it that every time he tries to address us and tries to do something in our favor, like he's helping us out, it's always on some illegal, criminal, or some detrimental stuff? Have you noticed that? Like, for instance, recently did a video on the menthol cigarette ban, and they want him to ban menthol. No, they want him to not ban menthol cigarettes because it's primarily smoking mainly by black people, or majority of the black people who smoke menthol cigarettes. And so this dude and his people are actually thinking about not allowing the ban because of it draws upon the lines of racism. And like I said before, there's a guy who commented on that video who said that I was too dumb to understand about, that this ban was race-based. And I was like, well, number one, it's cigarettes. I don't give a doggone if they ban menthol, non-menthol, strawberry flavored, black and mild, golden mild, cherry mild, whatever. Smoking is smoking. If they trying to stop your people from smoking, well, doggone it, let them stop your people from smoking, right? And I was like, two, once you become smart enough to understand that everything in this country, the majority of things in this country is based on race, then you will be able to understand. You'll be able to see a clearer picture on how to maybe help your people, or to see what you really need to do, that you need to do, and not worry about nobody else, because everything they do, like I say, is race-based, positive and negative. This here is no different. So let's get into this article, man, because this is crazy. It says U.S. President Joe Biden has pardoned thousands of people convicted of use and simple possession of marijuana on federal lands and in the District of Columbia, says the White House. Friday's action, Biden's latest in executive clemencies, meant to rectify racial disparities in the justice system, broaden the criminal offenses covered by the pardon. It's amazing because, again, to help us, he's helping the criminal element, right? Or the detrimental element to our people. Oh, you in jail, we're going to try to do things to do prison reform, right? You in jail for marijuana, we're going to pardon all my black people who smoke weed, because we know you smoking weed because we know it's hard for you. In the world, it's hard for you. So we know you're out there smoking weed because of that. So we're sorry. We're gonna pardon you for that. Like, where is the freaking reparations talk, man? You know what I'm saying? Where is it? Where are the programs to help kids learn, like, get a leg up on AI and coding and anything dealing with computers and software programming and things of that nature? Them free programs in the inner city. Where is that stuff? Like, what was it? Anton Daniel said, we don't need no more like gyms and recreation centers. We need computer hubs, things like that. Teaching kids math, teaching them about finances. Although we know although we know this racial wealth gap, that conversation really just needs to be thrown out the window. And we need to come at a different angle, because there's no way in hell that we're going to close the racial wealth gap worth anything to even put a dent in it. the way you look at the way things are going. It's going to have to take your reparations to get it started. And also people, once you get the reparations, then you can spend money with your people. And because shouldn't be trying to get rich like white people. Shouldn't be. But we should be trying to get financially secure, out of debt, out of poverty, and build on that. We got to take little steps, right? Not giant steps. But anyway, like I said, I can go on a whole tangent, but let's get back into the argument. It said Biden has also granted clemency to 11 people serving what the White House called disproportionately long sentences for non-violent drug offenses. In a statement, he said his actions would help make the promise of equal justice a reality. Although he's one of the people who put a bunch of black people in prison. Criminal records for marijuana use and possession have imposed needless barriers to employment, housing, and educational opportunities, Biden said. Too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time we right these wrongs. Again, you got to start from the beginning. Where are the programs to make sure that people not doing, marijuana and illegal drugs and going out there selling drugs and selling loose cigarettes and stuff like that? Where are those programs at? That's what you need. Education. Getting them, getting them into schools to, compete with those people. So anyway, continue. The categorical pardon bill on a similar round issued just before the 2022 midterm elections that pardoned thousands convicted of simple possession on federal lands. The U.S. has less than 5% of the world's population. Damn, less than 5% of the world's population, but a fifth of its prisoners. And a disproportionate number of them are people of color, a large segment of Biden's support base. So you see why he's doing it. Because Trump is whooping his tail. Trump is on trial for 100,000 charges and still is ahead in the polls over everybody. And the best thing Biden can do is say, we're going to get you brothers and sisters out of jail because of marijuana. He's basically showing you how ignorant that you are of the political system. The man needs the votes, and they are desperate to get them votes because a lot of us brothers, a lot of sisters too are saying, nah, we talking reparations. If you ain't talking reparations, then you ain't talking to us. And they're losing a base because it only takes a small percentage of people of losing your voter base to lose this election if you're a Democrat. Biden has been gearing up for an intense year of campaigning in the run-up to the 2024 presidential election as his popularity sags, especially among young people. And you're going to make young people happy by saying y'all can smoke weed for everybody. Some of the people pardoned were serving life sentences, the White House said, including Early Deacon Barber of Alabama for cocaine distribution. Really? And DeAndre Cordell Higgins of Missouri for distribution of crack cocaine. What the hell has got to do with marijuana? But like I say, but this is supposed to make us happy. We like to hold barbecues and parties for when our people come home from prison and make t-shirts and everything. Make that like that's a big deal. Watching too many Boys in the Hood movies. But when somebody graduate from college, we'll have a small little get together at Golden Corral or something. Anyway, given recent reforms, each would have been eligible for reduced sentences if they were sentenced today. And that's fine. Some of the long sentences reflect long-standing disparities in sentencing for crack versus powder cocaine convictions. Legal experts have now said that such punishments do not aid public safety and disproportionately affect black communities. Says the man who wrote that law in the first place, who helped write that law in the first place, back in the 90s. Look it up. Biden's new marijuana proclamation pardoned people who were, quote, committed or were convicted of the offense of simple possession of marijuana, attempted simple possession of marijuana, or use of marijuana, including for use and possession on certain federal lands. As of January 2022, no offenders sentenced solely for simple possession of marijuana were in federal prison. The U.S. Sentencing Commission found this year. But so basically, he's saying that if you smoking weed and got caught before, you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You should be pardoned. Your sentence should be overturned. It's that and the third. But it's not for people who traffic in kilos. Not you guys. You guys gonna stay in prison. So don't get it twisted. But again, like I said, the Democratic Party is desperate, and the only way you feel that you can gain support from black people is to let them smoke weed. Like I said, that show you how little he thinks of us. But you're gonna have people who are gonna say, "Hey, let's vote for this guy." I just wish, but it's coming. But he see it. But think about, he see it. They see the writing on the wall that a lot of us are like, "Nah, we tired of the Democrat bullcorn. We tired of the carrot dangling in the carrot. We need tangibles. This is a non-tangible thing. They're gonna do everything non-tangible to get our vote, when yet the tangible stuff they stand away from. Like I said, reparations, right there, check. Like I said, you put out free programs in the communities where we live, so our kids can learn like I said, about AI and the programming, computer programming and stuff like that, and anything else that's where the future of financial stability is heading. Because no longer can you work at Walmart. Like I said, I tell my story that when I moved out of my parents' house, I really didn't have a job. Then got a job working at Walmart, working part-time. My ex at the time, she was working like 5 hours a week. I was working like 30 something to 40 hours a week. And we had an apartment with $425 all bills paid. And we could afford it. Then then I got like a warehouse job, making $8 something an hour. Apartment was affordable, but it was in the hood. So we kind of tried to move up a little bit. Got a little nicer apartment. Then as time went on and our finances went up, we got another little nicer apartment. And, and we was able to sustain it until we was able to get a house. It's hard to do that right now. You can't start at McDonald's. You got a McDonald's job, you better be in high school. You better be in school and living with your parents, just saving money so it can help you either go to school or to get you a car. Because that's about all you're going to be able to do, because getting an apartment, working fast food ain't the thing. And that's what we need to hit these Democrats with, is stop the bullcorn. Because if I got a job, I can't smoke weed like I want to. If I got a real job, you understand what I'm saying? I got to be able to pass a drug test to where I ain't worried about smoking. And if I want to smoke weed, that's fine. But if I get a job to where my mental faculties have to be in order, then I ain't thinking about smoking and drinking and doing nothing else. If I'm thinking about performing at my best. But anyway, why don't y'all tell me what y'all think about this? Like I said, I think it's a bunch of another nothing burger. So what? It ain't gonna do nothing for us politically. It ain't gonna do nothing for us in our living conditions at all. Not at all. Anyway, tell me what you think about this. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.